This is Jump and Shoot, and I had to turn on the fan because it's butt fucking hot outside. Did I already say that? I don't remember. Real quick, I had to look up that video I was talking about. Look at that. I guess this guy's channel is he just does exhaustive looks, and dude, he goes to talk about Brilliant Diamond for 11 hours, bro. This isn't a video essay. This is a video fucking odyssey. What is this? Just oh my god, shorten it up, man. I sincerely think that people with these videos, they have very few video outputs, so they make a really fucking long one to get like revenue for the views. Like, they have deflated watch time for the videos only because the videos are so fucking long to begin with. But look right here. The fourth one down, why this game is amazing. This guy gets me. For every one of these fucking kinds of videos, there's another one that just says it's good. What's it say? I firmly believe could have been, it could, and real money, it would be better than Alien. Okay, this came out before, 2 years ago, but there was a glaring problem. You tricked me! It's complaining that it pretends that Emerald didn't exist. I don't know what to say. I don't know what that means. Well, maybe they meant like, I'm not watching the fucking video. Maybe they meant like there's no battle frontier. That is pretending Emerald never existed. So if they mean that, I'll agree. In fact, that's like the one thing for me that keeps this from being like the better remake. Is that like this was the game that introduced the battle frontier. It should have everything that is already in this remake and that. And then instead they give us the fucking Battle Mason from X and Y. Like, dude, fuck that. And I would have loved to like be able to play a Battle Frontier with this current engine, like with all the new mechanics, like the special split, some of the newer items and moves, the Mega Evolution, obviously. And they blueballed us. They cock tease you at the end. They tell you like, oh, this is where we're gonna put the Battle Frontier, or this is like the Battle Frontier recovery project, lol. It's gonna be there in the future. And then it never came. They lied to us. They lied to us right through our face. And then they never did it again. But then, according to Gotta Have My Pokemon people, the Battle Frontier is one of the things they don't care about. They're just fine without. Like, you know what? As long as I can go to gyms, be the champion, and eat a sandwich on a Thursday, then this is the best Pokemon game. And they just have, I feel like they have no standards anymore. Like, they have so many things given to them and taken away from them. They don't care. They're like, I don't care. I'll eat the Pokeslop. I don't care if it doesn't have the thing that I liked from the other game. It's just that I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't know. I can be critical of Pokemon, but I'd have to be an actual asshole to sit here and be like, this is a bad remake. No, absolutely not. And you got new art for all the NPCs. You got berries are back. The contests are back. They're like revamped to include Mega Evolution. Like, I don't care about how they insert megas. I don't know why everyone is so hung up on like the plot of Pokemon. Like, who cares? That I will say, who cares about? Like, Pokemon was never that deep to begin with, so being mad that like they shoehorned in megas in here in this game. It's like fucking whatever. I'm hard pressed to say megas as a concept was shoehorned in the debut gen X and Y. Like, oh, they said, you know, a long time ago. Well, I mean, well, X and Y introduces that Mega Evolution hurts the Pokemon, and it makes them super powerful, and it's like, they represent, and then this game said, like, it's like more, it's closer to a wish of the trainer, and like it represents their bond. I don't fucking know. The Megastones came from a meteorite in space that Rayquaza broke a long time ago or something like that. I don't remember. But it's not important. The Megas are in Gen 3. That's all you need to accept. Like, if there was some brilliant work in, like, would you still hate it or not? Like, if they worked it in, like, in a smart way, people who don't like Megas will still not like Megas. Like, it wouldn't change anything. Also, I'm going to talk about an underrated mechanic. Okay, so in typical jump and shoot fashion, I am playing a Pokemon game that I know like the back of my hand yet again, but to make it interesting, in this playthrough, I'm gonna be using Pokemon that I've never used before. And usually ones I overlook, and then I'll find out why I overlooked them. But I want to talk about this underrated mechanic, is this Pokédex feature. You basically use it to search for Pokemon. So right now it's only scanning the environment. When the radar is red, you click on it. Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna do this with my current controller. Like, I won't be able to crawl. But you have to crawl up on the Pokemon, and you interact with them like there, and the encounters like stack, and the more times you encounter them, the greater chance you have of finding like ones with a hidden ability, new moves, egg moves that will otherwise be like a bitch to get on them. They can have a max of 3 IVs, and that's useful for like breeding, in case they don't have like a good nature for them. So like now that I've caught a Poochyena, it shows up on the radar, and I can, if I want to, I can just keep looking for more Poochyena. And that's like so good, because that builds up the chain, like I said, and you can get the Pokemon you want with with all the moves and the IVs and shit. It's like a good tool to like get things. And then it makes it fun to actually complete the Pokédex too, because once you fill out all the Pokemon on the route, a little icon shows up, like from bronze, silver to gold to platinum. Like if you got all of them, a platinum crown shows up on the route, and it makes it like easier to break down each route until you have all the Pokemon in the game. And it makes it actually fun to do. And if it fulfills the part of like Pokemon where it's like gotta catch them all, it's like, okay, well, can I get like a better visual so I can keep track of that? It's like, well, there it is. And I need to edit this in when I'm editing, what's it called? My Pokemon Mystery Dungeon thing. But like, when it comes to like Sonic games, people always say like, oh, I can't, you're supposed to go fast. I'm not going fast, it must be a bad game. And people say that about Pokemon too, or they're like, oh, I'm supposed to catch them all. Well, if I can't catch them all, it's a bad game. It's like, well, no, Pokemon, catching them all is the long-term goal. It's not what you're supposed to do in the game. And once you've done all the things you've done in, like, main Pokemon, it's like, if you actually want to do this, you can. And here's tools to actually keep track of it better. Like, I think that's good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. Oh no, it's the cancer kid. I don't know if he actually has cancer, but I do remember reading text that his dad or his uncle or something said like, oh, my kid Wally, he is really sick. He's just a frail little boy. You go with Wally and make sure he catches a Pokemon. Yeah, I'll leave you one of mine. You got a Zigzagoon.
Oh wow, a Pokemon!
I'll give you Pokeball too, so give it your best. You received a Pokeball. Thank you, Mr. Norman.
Blushing, Yumps, you will come with me, right?
Oh, he's sickly. He's pale as a horse. As pale as an apocalypse horse is what I meant to say. Pokemon hide in tall grass like this. This motherfucker gets a routes even though it's not showing up in the map down there, so he's cheating. He's cheating, Mrs. Puff. He's cheating! But yeah, I need to figure out how I can crouch in this game. I don't know why I can't. I thought you could press B to crouch. Oh wait, B is run. Maybe I can... Maybe that's a thing in the options. What game was it where... Oh, I think I'm thinking of Legend Arceus, where you press... Because it fucks me up that, like... I think you click the stick to run in that game, and you... I'm so... Every other Pokemon game pilled that my instinct is to press B to run, and that's not run in that game. It's like slow walk. Yeah, you got the routes. And I'm not done gushing about the game, and I will continue to do so. Thanks, Yumps. Let's go back to the game, the G-I-Y-M. So did it go well? Yes, I caught a new wife for me. I think, his thing is like he uses Gallade because he's cool. Yeah. Bye, little kid. Bye, green hair face McGee. Oh yeah, this is the first game where you see your dad. I forgot. I think it's the only game where you have a dad. I'm trying to think. X and Y doesn't have a dad. Black and White doesn't have a dad. There is this running theme of like bad dads in Pokemon, and your dad is always off somewhere, or you're just like Cartman, and your mom like auto reproduced you out of her womb, and you're just like this like single cell organism spawn. And yeah, that's what I think about the fathers of Pokemon game. I want to see something. I figured it out. All I had to do was set the analog stick. So now I can actually do what I said I should do. Wow, that worked a lot better than I thought. Okay. So now I can do the thing I need to do. Alright, look at the route. I think the environments look a lot better. It looks a lot more colorful. Oh, I can get this. So you crouch up on something. You interact with it. I'm explaining this because I think it's cool. You know, people always say that like, oh man, I wish I could just see the Pokemon on the environment and interact with it. And they love Scarlet and Violet for that. But like, this was kind of like the prototype version of that, where you interact specifically with whatever Pokemon you see on the field, instead of like have it be random all the time. Let's see, do I want anything from here? I don't think so. Oh, the Pokemon are on the field. Look, like kind of like that. Can I fight you? Yes, I can. Oh, I know who I'm gonna use as a Pokemon I've never used before. It's gonna be fucking awful, but I think it would be interesting. Also, look at I like the stage, the battle environments. They're updated to be like, show off the terrain in the background and everything. Like, there's like the sand, the grass, the rocky cave, like it all looks good. Like, it makes it look like X and Y. Like, that's all you had to do. And all they had to do for Brilliant Diamond is make it look like Scarlet and Violet, or whatever they do. Yeah, you know, I could go on for 11 hours about it, or I could just fucking say it. Like, that just seems so inflated. I'm mad about that. You can look at your Pokemon stats the same way you could in X and Y, and like, these are mechanics I kind of like. It has Pokemon Ami from X and Y. It has Super Training from X and Y. I have to watch the fucking intro video first. Yeah. And yeah, this is one of the more like accessible ways to EV train a Pokemon. Like, they actually say what you want about like the minigame itself, but they actually succeed in gamifying it enough so that it doesn't push away people who might be interested in like raising stats for a Pokemon. You know, because actual EV training where you're just like fighting wild Pokemon for like 2 hours, that's not really fun. So making it a mini game like this is actually not bad. Oh, I can't. And then the longer you play these, or the more often you play these, the better the Pokemon gets at like playing the mini game. So there's kind of a reason to like start slow. And now I can't exactly move my cursor around and then shoot. I have to like click the screen, which feels kind of weird. Man, I tried playing Kid Icarus Uprising, and I thought I had a good setup where I used like pretty much the left side of my controller as the movement and attacking buttons, and then I was using my mouse to like look around with the camera, and it didn't. You know how this game already hiccups to begin with? It makes it kind of hard to play, and that was a little sad. So anyway, that's Super Training. It's super cool. Oh, and all the Pokédex descriptions are like way more like elaborate for this game too, or at least for the main regional decks. Tailo courageously stands against. And they actually have more room on the screen for actual like a paragraph about the Pokemon, which is kind of cool. As opposed to like 2 lines of text. They get more descriptive with it, and I think that's good. The gutsy Pokemon remain defiant even after a loss, and then it cries loudly if it becomes hungry. That's cute. That's what its cry sounds like. You can look at the model. You can do this stuff. And I feel like these are holdovers from I should have named them. I feel like these are holdovers from Pokédex 3D. Like, all they had to do was just put that into the main games. I don't know why they did it for a while. So you are slower. You have plus special defense minus speed, but you do have guts. I don't know if I care that much about that. I'm not gonna hold on to Poochyena for that long, so don't get attached to him. And actually, as much as I like that EV training is a mini game in this game, it is kind of a bitch if you want to like start over or reset a Pokemon, because it's RNG for a Pokemon to find the white bag here. This is where the white bag shows up. The white bag resets all their stats. So let's say you finish the game and you're like, you know what, I don't want to get a new Pokemon. I want this one to just have good stats. You can do that, but like I said, it's RNG. You have to have like collected the white bags throughout the entire game, and you have to wait for them to pick them up too. And then like, this is fucking tedious. Like, you pick a bag, you just like keep tapping the screen, and this isn't the most fun thing to do over and over again. Yeah, okay, whatever. Or you could just... And I like that you can do both things. You can still like get the power items, like the power anklet, the power weight, etc., and then do it that way. Oh, and this game introduces horde battles, if I recall. So you walk into a field and you use Sweet Scent, and it brings in like 5. It's the first time you can like fight 5 Pokemon at a time. And that makes EV Train go by like so much faster than using Super Training, now that I remember. So, like, there's that. If you don't want to play the dumb minigame. Well, I appreciate that it's there. Because people always I think I've already said, like, people always complain about how, like, they don't like the stats part of Pokemon, the numbers part. But it's like an RPG, so I expect that. If they just made them, it just made it, like, these mechanics, like, more accessible, people wouldn't complain and treat it, like, more like an actual staple of the series. Instead of be glad that all the numbers are gone, like in, you know, modern Pokemon. Like, oh, you don't need an experience share. You could just, it's global. Oh, you don't have to worry about EVs and IVs. Because it all just gets spread around anyway. Oh, but here's the Scarlet and Violet, like, oh, here's a way to just change the nature of a Pokemon. It's like, dude, I would have asked for that, like, 5 games ago. Oh, and I love this menu thing here, too. This menu is so innovative. Like, you just drag it and move it to the spot that you want. Like, that's it. You don't have to, like, click, switch, move. It's just, you just drag and drop. Like, that's it. That's so simple. You don't really get that in the console games, which is unfortunate. Actually, I don't think that game uses the touchscreen at all. I got a bunch of Pokemon. Yeah, I'm gonna use Tailo for a little bit, because this is the forest where the bugs are, and this guy, or excuse me, this girl Tailo eats bugs for breakfast. Oh, and you know what? I think is, as far as like the animations go, like the battle animations, this is the gen where it kind of calls for it, where like they don't really make direct contact with each other. They just have like 2 or 3 attack animations and then they call it a day. But like this stuff carries over into the consoles, and it's like, well, there's opportunities to make the attack animations better or like more complex, and they don't, and that part is unfortunate. That's just my 2 cents. It's one of those things that like don't really matter about the game itself, but I think they're worth pointing out, in my opinion. Okay, so Tailo is already gonna die. Wow, that's crazy. Actually, there's something I wanted to say about the battle screen itself, because like I am also now spoiled by Ultra Sun or Sun and Moon in general, where like if for any battle changes that happen, they give you a way to see it on the battle screen, but here it's just the fight menu. Like you don't get to look at all the battle effects and all the hazard set and effects in play. Like that would have been, I wish I wish they did this earlier. Then this game would be like so much more fun to go back to. I mean, it's still fun to go back to, but like being able to look at all the on-screen effects or the battle effects would be pretty good. Not a one to be found. Hello, have you seen any Shroomish around here? I really love that Pokemon. So I've never played Alpha or Mega Ruby, like I've said. So I get to go to the Team Magma base. I've never seen Omega Groudon. I've never seen, oh my god. Oh, okay. The battle intro animations are fucking beautiful. Oh, and the music, I forgot to say, the music is fucking awesome too. Like all the updated battle music is so good. My favorite like is the Team Aqua Magma boss theme, obviously. I mean, it's it's like metal samba Latin music. Like it's so fucking amazing. And you still get like hints of the Gen 3 horn and like throughout the game, but I kind of like the updated soundtrack as a whole. Please die. Oh, please. No, Tailo, no, you're gonna get so much experience. Gotta put you in the bin forever. Just kidding. Not using that Poochyena. Quick, Ferunky, avenge him. I keep saying him, even though I have like mostly female Pokemon. What is up with that? Why is my RNG like this? Girl, you suck some nerve messing with Team Magma, eh? Come and battle me again. I wish I could say that, but I'm not a Pokemon. I was gonna mug you, but I only bought one gun. I only bought one bullet. Imagine my surprise. Imagine if that happened in real life. Like, somebody comes to try to mug you, and then you disarm them with you disarm their knife, and they're like, "Well, I only brought one knife, so, bye." Now is this the game that does the global experience share? Oh, yes it does. You just turn it off and turn it on. Well, I mean, okay, there's another thing people complain about, is that, like, experience share is global. Or it just does it for all your Pokemon. Wait, did he actually? Okay, my Pokemon got healed, okay. And they complain about that by saying that it makes the games too easy, but it's like, one, it's Pokemon. Two, if you want it to be difficult, then just turn it off. Like, people say that, and then it makes the game too easy, and then they turn on the easy thing. It's like, you fucking hypocrites, I swear to God. It's like, well, don't use the easy thing then. There's ways to make it difficult for yourself. Like me, like, I'm about to use Pokemon that I don't think are good. And it is gonna change the way I play the game. It like kind of like how I did with the Heart Gold and Soul Silver. And then in Gen 5, like, I did it like halfway through. I started getting like, okay, this Pokemon is kind of good. I can't actually win with boo-boo Pokemon. Or yeah, that's what happened. And then halfway through Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I was like, okay, Girafarig is pissing me the fuck off. I can't use this guy anymore. Did I turn it on? I could have sworn. Oh, it's on by default. Wow, okay. Whoa. Who's that?
This is the Petalburg Recon team checking in. I'm afraid I have to begin an apology, Mrs. Courtney. It is not good news. The mission is a no-go. A little something cropped up and got in the way. Roger that. Got it, will do.
I do kind of like Team Aqua and Magma's like contrast. They're kind of like hoodlums, but they're like scientist people. So I know who that is. Shut up. And then Team Aqua is like they're like pirate gang guys.
But that kid sure has some promise as a trainer, I'd say. I say this after watching one battle with them.
Cindy Lauper! Cindy Lauper! I guess I'll do this last battle, then call it an episode. I tried to talk about a lot. I know my thoughts are scattered all over the damn place. I know. But there's so much to do, so much to see, so why can't Nitsit get in the bad seat? Oh god. Okay, one attack drop, and this guy is so bad. In fact, I think that's why you need Guts, because its attack stat is like terrible otherwise. I think it's like base 90. Gosh. Wait. Yes. Wow. Oh, what the fuck? Who puts a full restore at the beginning of the game? Ooh, that's another point off. Another point off for Oras. You can't look at the screen. There's still HMs. Or you can't look at the battle effects. There's still HMs. What else? They gave this character a full restore. So far, we're looking at a 10 out of 10 still. Or a 9 out of 10 just because it doesn't have the battle frontier. Like that's the biggest sin that it has. Oh, thank god, a priority move. Alright, Yumps, that's it for today.